Hey everybody, this is Tat Comics. I said I did a video for Don the Comic Book Junkies contest, and I let him know I did. And I was going to put it up, and then I saw a mistake I made in the video, so I have to start all over. But yeah, this is for Don the Comic Book Junkies contest. He said, you know, show where you keep your books in your collection. Well, I keep it out in the living room in this cabinet I built. And then I got those two long boxes, which I will definitely transfer into short boxes to fit in here. And if you're new to my channel, this is what I built to hold my comic books. One of the other stipulations to this contest, you had to be sub to his channel, and I am, definitely am. So let me just show you real quick how I keep my collection. Alright, still in the process of cleaning it up and making it better, but yeah, this is where I keep all my comic books. There's ones right there I got to reboard and bag. Some more right there on some of those boxes. Keep all my pop figurines there on the side. And I have more pop figs too, but I just haven't put away. Down the bottom, those are all filled. I don't want to pull them all out and show you, but I can tell you right now, there are comic books in there, dude. Guys and girls. Yeah, no empty boxes except maybe that top long box over there. This looks empty, but I just put stuff in front so the books don't bend or push up against the little flap in here to where it bends the book. I got ones, you know, just X-Men, X-Factor. Yeah, this is just all X-Factor right there. I got ones that have mixture of, like, you know, Ghost Rider, Punisher, and Silver Surfer in one. I got Avengers, one just Captain America. I got about three or four boxes that are all DC. And here's some more of my other pop figurines. Got two complete sets of that one from Walgreens, which is pretty cool. This all right here, these are all my books that are signed by various artists, from Mike Zeck to Randy Emblem to Mark Gray, that's his name. Just a bunch in there, a whole bunch in here. Danny O'Neill is in here too. So these are books that I'm going to eventually down the road get slabbed. Just right now, you know, it costs money, and I just want to wait for CGC to get their stuff together so I don't get that rainbow effect. There are some of my slab books. Maybe I'll pull that out in a few minutes and show you what those look like. It's pretty cool, especially the one I won from Simplified Comic Guys contest, which was really cool. And then up here are like some of my art that I bought from artists like Art Adams and Randy Emblem and stuff. I was showing those, and that's where I made the mistake. My names were on it and stuff, and I don't want to do that. But yeah, this is where I keep all my comic books, and it closes up nicely and hides it so it's not, you know, out in the open. And then here's some of my latest pickups right here, books I just picked up today. And then this is all full. This one's empty, of course. Right there in that box I keep all my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys and my starting lineup figurines. That's my art kit where I draw. And eventually, like on this door, I was going to draw some art, paint it. I was going to router it, but now I'm going to paint it on there and you know, do some DC, some Marvel characters all the way around. And let me see, I'm going to go back and look at some of the other questions. Okay, so I proved that I'm sub to you, Don. I showed you how I keep my collection, where I keep it, and to talk about my books. Well, the books I've been collecting, and where I first started off collecting, was Marvel books. I didn't really collect DC that much in the beginning because of one book that I got right off the bat, which was, I'll show you real quick, guys. Here, let me see if I can just put this camera right there. Okay. Just gonna move this stuff out of the way. Oh, not cool. I just dropped them. There, actually, yeah, and up here you can see I got, like, that's my Halo helmet, stuff like that. I got my G.I. Joe toys up there, Darth Vader, my Spider-Man, Batman video game, Chewbacca, and C-3PO, Pez Spencer, and these are like little, small little bobbleheads. I got a bunch of these little ones, but not these ones here, but mostly like football ones. So hey, when I do my contest, maybe I might put that in there as a contest little thing, little football things. There's my Michael Jordan starting lineup figurine. But yeah, let me show you some of these books. Put this down over here. Okay. hopefully it won't be too much bad glare. And what you guys are probably looking at right now is the box that has my my puzzle, which I'll show you real quick. Get these books down. Sorry guys, try to make this video not too long. This is pretty cool though. Get the glare off there. It's a puzzle, it's 1,000 pieces, and it's basically, I guess, the famous covers of Batman from Detective to everything else, which is pretty cool. And on the other side is all Superman, which is pretty cool. And then there's my Stanley book and my Marvel book and my encyclopedia for Marvel and DC, which is pretty cool. Yeah, let me show you these. It was cool, I got these top loaders. Of course, they're magazine size. Hey, it's protecting these books a little bit. But I got these at that St. Vinny's store for 59 cents. And then I just put a couple books on them just for right now. A Hulk 182. This has got a lot of conditioning to it, you know, breaking color and all that stuff. And the stamp is cut out of this one, which sucks. But I'll get. Sorry, man. Had a hamburger earlier, but I'll get another one down the road. My annual number 8, Silver Surfer number 11 cover. This was the one that I won from Simplify Comic Guy, a 9.2, man. That is sick. Sirens number 1. This one right here, this was a cool one because you guys have probably seen the unboxing of this. This is what Randy Allen and the editor came back in 9.6. Of course, it's the first appearance of that guy right there, who basically becomes Carnage. I also got this one, 9.8. A lot of mine you'll see they're CGC that I have, but these first two I showed you real quick, these are CBCS. I like CBCS. There's no rainbow effect in these ones, and these are thick, guys. These are super thick. That's also done by Randy and Danny. And I have another one just like this that's signed by both of them, and then one that's just signed by Randy. But you know, what got me collecting comic books, what got me into collecting comic books was the X-Men, of course. And this was the one that I got. This was my very first book that I ever bought. I guess it came back at a 5, which is cool. You know, I mean, this book it's beat up. What's nice though is there are creases in the cover right there and stuff, but they don't break color. So I don't think that's what caused the low grade. I think there was some conditions down the spine. I think there might have been a few spine ticks. Actually, looking at it, there's really not that much spine ticks done to it. It might have been maybe because of the off-white colors. But yeah, this was the first book that I bought, and I paid $14 for this a long time ago. It was either 14 or 16 bucks. But this was my first book too I ever got signed by Stan Lee. But this is what got me into collecting comic books right here, was the whole X-Men story. You know, of course I didn't have number 1, so I had to start at number 12, and then just went from there. But the reason why I collect comic books really is because of the fact, when I was a kid, it was either, you're hanging out with the bad crowd and you're getting in trouble by the police, or, I don't know. I mean, I try to stay out of trouble. And what helped me stay out of trouble, helped me stay from doing things that, I didn't want to do, was reading books. And like I said, X-Men was the first one, book that I got off the shelf. This is 9.2, Darth Vader, which was pretty cool. X-Men Classic number 1, signed by Art Adams, which he didn't charge me for that. Came back in 8.5, which isn't bad, guys, for a white cover. And then this was my other one. This was my second book that I ever got signed by Stan Lee. 9.8, Incredible Hulk 340, which is just sick. I love this book, man. Yeah. Cool. And of course, then I got X Factor. I bought this off the rack, guys, a long time ago. Came back in 9.6, signed by Rubenstein. First appearance of Apocalypse right there, guys. And of course, this is the first appearance of Carnage, signed by Randy and Danny, 9.6. So these are my slab books that I have in my collection. I do have, you can see a lot of it's CBCS. A few of them I do have, I believe, are CGC, which were the Incredible Hulk and the X-Men number 12. And then, I got this one, of course, now it's my second CGC. And this is my only DC that I ever got slabbed. But, I won that, so that's cool. Okay, I want to keep to the questions. I'll just keep it there, guys, so you guys can see that. Okay, the interview with the wife. I talked to my wife, and she's cool at doing it. I just can't really have her on camera, so I told her I'll just film her from the knees down or something. But she's cool to answer the questions, and I'll have to add that to this video. Okay, but here's the questions that were going to be asked of me if I didn't get my wife on, film or have her discuss it. So, first question was, why do I watch your channel? Well, Don, many reasons why I watch your channel, bro. Mainly because, you're just a down-to-earth person, and you have a huge collection of books, and I like the fact that when you're showing them, you know a lot about the books too. I mean, I know sometimes you probably don't, but it's okay. I mean, a lot of times though, you know about the book, and you talk about it, you go into detail about the book, and your collection is just amazing. The last time I watched one of your live shows, you were showing a bunch of Spawn and stuff like that, and it was cool because I didn't realize Spawn went that far. Because when I stopped collecting, I think it was like issue 19 or something. But you showed all those covers, and that helped me when I went to my local LCS to find these covers or find these books that you showed, and I got them on hold, and of course I will buy them to add to my collection. But when you're showing books like that, it helps me out, and I get to see what the cover looks like. I get to hear about the artist and a little bit about the artwork. So basically, your channel is one of my favorite channels to watch because you have a lot of information, and you're just a cool guy, and you take the time to answer everybody's questions, in between showing books, and you also let everybody know, hey, come on, let's sub each other, let's build this community, and you give good information about these people's channels too, about like what content they have on their channels to kind of see if that would spark us to go check out their channel. And pretty much everybody you've ever recommended on your show, I've gone on their channels and I've liked them all, so I've subbed everyone, and I'm still trying to get a lot of them. And you ask, what could you do to make your channel better? Well, I don't really see where you would need to make anything better. I know there was talk before about maybe having a guest on there every once in a while, so I guess that would be like my suggestion. Maybe like every once in a blue moon, if there's a book that you've talked about that you're going to review, maybe you'd say, hey, if any of you out there see this book that I'm going to review, if you have the same book and you want to discuss it too, then just maybe they can like hit you up on one of your videos and say they'd like to do it, and then you can just randomly select one and see if they want to come on, and you guys can discuss the same book, which I think would be great, because then you get two people's perspective on it. And I think it'd be awesome if you did something like that, every once in a while, I guess. And why do I collect comic books? Like I already said, it's the stories, In the beginning, I didn't know a lot about the artists, names and stuff. I just knew Stan Lee. And so, as I got older, I got to get more familiar with some of these artists. And that's when I started really getting into art also. So when I would see like a Mike Zeck cover or a Randy cover, or a Trumpy, cover, or now, with Scotty Young and stuff like that, it inspired me to get back into drawing again. So I think that's one of the reasons why I collect comic books, now. And it's just cool to have like these stories that I can read, and it takes me back to my childhood. And also, when my kids get a little bit older, I'm showing them about these books and showing them these characters, and they're picking it up quick. And whatever gets you to read or get your kids to read, I say that's a good thing. Let me see here. Sorry guys, I've been trying to make sure I get this going right. How big do I want my collection to be? Well, I would love my collection to keep going on and on. But I'm thinking after this thing gets full, I'm either have to build a smaller one to put off to the side, I don't know, or I'll have to wait till I get a bigger house, so I can just have my man cave, because I don't know if my wife's going to really let me have this thing just branch out all the way across there. Sorry for the mess over there. We're going to clean that up. But I would love for it to get big, or as long as I can afford to do it, because that's what I try to do, is I try to do this when I know I can afford to do it after I pay off my bills. It's just hard to put down a book that I really like, and the story continues to go on, and I just want to keep collecting it so I can finish the story, have a good ending to it. And yeah, I think that's all the answers. So I will stop this tape, and I will get ready to interview my wife when she's ready. But I hope, you know, everybody's gonna get a chance to shoot a video for Dawn the Comic Book Junkies contest, because I think it's a great way to have, I guess, a contest. I didn't say that right, but you know, I'm trying to say is I think his ideas for this contest are great. You know, some guys might be afraid to ask their wives those questions, you know, but I'm cool with it. You know, I'm gonna let my wife. I told my wife, just be honest. Don't worry about it if you feel like you're being harsh. Be honest about it, because you know that's what's great about being married to my wife, is we've always been honest with one another with everything. You know, I don't keep anything from her, and she doesn't keep anything from me. You know, so if you guys get a chance, please shoot a video for Don, because he's such a great guy, you know, and he does a lot for this community. And I think the prizes that he has are great. And you know, if I win or lose, it doesn't, well, not lose, but basically if I don't win first or second place, I'm fine with that, man, because I just want to show this guy some support, because I believe he does show a lot of support for a lot of other YouTubers and gets people, you know, interested in collecting, you know, because he's got a collection. And that's not to say anything less about any of these other channels that have done their contests too. I like the fact that everybody's changing it up now, you know, with the rules and what they would like you to do for their contest. And you know, so please, everybody, if you're subbed to me and you're not subbed to Don yet, you know, go sub him or watch a couple of his vids, you know. See how he interacts with the people, and you'll see how genuine he is, you know, because there's a bunch of content on his videos too, which I love, you know, when he shows his books. I didn't show this part of my room. This is where I keep all my DVDs and most of my video games. I keep more there, and as you can see, there's my cabinet where I keep all my comic books. I got a Sony Blu-ray DVD player, plays music on my Sony. As you can hear, I'm playing the couch mode. And yeah, this is kind of messy here, but I got a bunch of movies in here. Kingpin, one of my favorite movies, man. Daredevil, of course, you can have that. There's some of my Xbox and 360. Well, my 360 games are in my room. This area down here used to be filled with books, but they're out in the garage, because when we got new carpet put in our house, I had to move everything out so I can move this out.
But this still has books.
And yeah, you still got Spinal Tap, dude. That's a great movie. Turn it to 11. The level doesn't go past 11, right? I got a bunch. This is mostly all my Blu-ray. Got Batman Legos, Fantastic Four video, animated games. You can see I showed those before. That's where I keep all my movies. I've been slowly getting rid of some of my regular discs to get mostly on Blu-ray. Yeah, that's where I keep all those. Like I said, most of those are all books. In this cabinet right here, I keep, you can see it's kind of tore up. I keep like my Game Boy in there. These are all my old Xbox demo discs. So I used to get all the magazines. So I got all those magazines still in pristine condition. I like to look back at them and read about video games. This used to be what I keep all my comic books in when I go get them signed, but I got one of those boxes now, so I use that. It's easier. Yep, there's my little Xbox, my old one. It still works. I play certain games on them. My youngest son likes playing this game a lot. He likes playing Rocky too. That one's cool. I let him beat me sometimes, then other times, man, I just rock him, dude. I take him down like Rocky would. Then my youngest son, he likes to box, so I teach him how to box. So I got a punching bag and all that stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much where I keep all my comic books, right there. And that's all my CDs. I keep them there. And there's a cool DVD, VHS player. You can basically record DVDs. No, you can record VHS tapes onto DVDs. So when I had that hooked up before, I used to record all the old Batman cartoons and Superman cartoons, and I got them on a disc somewhere. That's my laptop that I use to download all my videos on. And yeah, speakers go back there. They're wireless for my Sony. But yeah, thanks a lot, guys. And I'll add this to my video, and then I'll get my interview with my wife.